how's it going? Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about some luggage rack alternatives that you may not know about for your KTM 390 Adventure. And if you're looking to get a KTM 390 Adventure, these are some options that you may give some consideration to. And that is a pannier rack and a tail rack. So stick around and I will talk about where I got these and we'll do the installation. Since there were no instructions, we'll see how it goes, but it shouldn't be that difficult. When I bought this bike, was it 2 months ago, I was looking for some luggage alternatives, some pannier racks and a top rack. And at the time there wasn't a lot out for the bike, so I started doing quite a bit of research. And since this bike had been available in India for about a year before it made it to the US market, there were some companies there that had already put some stuff together. So this tail rack here that should bolt right up, and the pannier rack that I got here, and I also picked up a master cylinder, rear master cylinder cover. So we may do an install on that. But I found these from Zana International in India, and all of this combined together was $214 shipped to me, which is about half of the cost of what you're going to find on other pannier racks, and definitely on the rear tail rack, top rack. So it was worth it to give it a try. I think installation, and I just dropped my Allen keys, the installation should be done with just these alone. I think it's going to be pretty simple, and given the price, if you compare it to a lot of other manufacturers that put this stuff together, it is really hard to beat. And when I show you the weld, you'll see that quality seems to be alright. It'll take a lot of long-term riding and testing and abuse to see how well it holds up under those conditions, but I'm pretty confident this will be a good solution. Alright, tail rack, top rack, whatever you want to call it, luggage rack. It, size-wise, you can see with my hand, and then I'll get it once it's on the bike. And then it's one full assembly, so just 4 bolts that put it on. The only thing that I don't see on this that I'm sure a lot of you will want are some Rotopax mounts, but you can drill those in yourself if that's something that you want. Yeah, let's get it installed. Alright, I'm going to start off by pulling the seat off. Set that to the side. And let's get this, we'll get this rack taken off. Whoever installed these used a tremendous amount of Loctite. Alright, real quickly, I'm also going to take this plastic cover off. There's just 2 other bolts holding it, because there are 2 accessory power ports located underneath here that I would like to feed into this little well area here. So if I want to add some USB ports or any other charging ports, they're in here, and I don't have to take off this entire assembly to do it. So I'll do that while I'm doing this whole project as well. Right, I just cut the zip ties, and these are accessory power ports 2.1, 2.2, and tape came off. This is 2.3 and 2.4. I was looking in the KTM manual, and it doesn't say what the load capability of these is, so my best guess would be 5 amps. Not sure. Alright, the lead length on these is long enough to fish through the frame in the plastic, so that if you want to hook anything up, now it's in here. It's covered, should be fine, and then that way if I want to hook any electronics, any charging, or any other accessories, I don't have to take this assembly apart again to do it. Just if you're going to do this, I would recommend getting into the electronics. Alright, first thing I want to install is the tail rack, and this is all I have. Hardware here, and yeah, I guess just fit it up. I think I have an idea of how it goes, but with no instructions, it can't be that challenging. So if this is something you do and you're not exactly sure, hopefully I'll get this figured out. In the hardware pack, you get 4 spacers, and they are not the same size. There are 2 that are shorter. Not sure how well you can see that, and 2 that are longer. And then additionally, it comes with 4 new bolts, but the new bolts are the same size as the ones I took out. Pretty dang close. So I may try to use the ones that came out and keep the KTM bolts in it, because they're black and it'll just look better. So let's get these put in place and see how it goes. I'm thinking that the short spacers go in the back and the tall ones go in the front, but we'll look and see how this fits on there. So let's put that one there. Yeah, because of the depth of the plastic here, the tall spacers are going to go in the back, and then this will just simply sit on like that and bolt down, and put some fit this up first before I start Loctiting anything. These bolts look like, I think I'm gonna go get a 3/8 drive, and that is a 6mm to do this quicker. Alright, I have all the bolts set in here, and I've ran them down, at least this one down, until it tightened up, and it's not too long. It comes to it tightens up all right. This one was a little challenging to get in because of all of the leftover crusty Loctite, but I was able to run it down, and the holes seemed to line up okay. I was a little concerned that they weren't lining up where they needed to, but it seemed alright. I'll still finish running these down carefully and not trying to over tighten to make sure that the rack isn't binding somehow and putting pressure on the bolt, just in case the holes aren't directly in place, but just visually they look okay. So the rack is in place. If you're wondering what all this is made out of, this appears to be a mild steel. I have a magnet down here that's stuck to this. This top plate is aluminum, so it's an aluminum plate. That's kind of nice. Cuts a little bit of weight. So let's put the seat on and see how this looks with the seat. It's a good fit. I'll run the camera across it. If you're seeing some of this tape on here and wondering what that is, I had put tape on the plastic when I had the giant loop hanging over the side so that it wouldn't rub on the plastic and leave marks. So I just put clear plastic on it. I'll probably leave that because I still think the giant loop as it comes across may still rub here. Okay, I've got the rear rack installed, and that is really solid. I want to make a quick note. If you decide to buy something from Zana, I went through and tried to do a purchase on their website, and it didn't accept any international credit cards. So what ended up happening is I got an email from them the next day or the day after saying if I was still interested in the order, I could make the payment through PayPal. Initially, I was a little concerned about doing that. I did it anyway. Everything worked out fine. I think it took about 3 weeks to get the all of this stuff in, and been really happy with it. So if you go through the process, maybe email them first, tell them what it is exactly that you're looking for, and they can just send you a PayPal invoice to your email address and do it that way instead of trying to make the purchase straight through their website. So thanks for watching. I hope you found this useful. It's still fall. There's a few more good days of riding left. So get out there and do it, and I will see you out there. If I can do this with gloves on.
Don't really know why I'm using the restroom up here. I just have to pee. Oh, and that too. Oh, I really have to pee.